this. Welcome to Whispering Rain's farm. What you are currently viewing is the horse section of the farm, and you can see some of the horses way back in the back. And we've got Dazzlin, our yearling here, Satin, our 35-year-old resident. She was my babysitter growing up. And then over here we have Frano, who's under the trees. Then we have our sheep and our goats and 2 donkeys. As a child, I really had a deep love of nature, even though I didn't really understand it. And then I got older, and then I was just in nature but not appreciating it. And then I got even older and was not in nature hardly at all because life took over. So I'm trying to reverse that and rejuvenate myself. Now, the farm here is just under 30 acres, so about 17 acres are in the horse section. Now that includes the about 8 acres of hayfield or so. And then we have about probably half an acre around the barn where we keep the chickens and ducks, where they all stay. And then we have about 3 acres of yard, and these are all just estimates. But then we also have a pond, which you are not going to be able to see the large part of the pond. I will include some photographs from the pond, but you can't see the main part of it. This road used to be a dirt road, and over time, where they've started building houses, they ended up paving it, and it's much busier than it ever was before. When we first moved here, you would never see a car going down this road. Oh guys, look. There's 2 dragonflies on this stick. Do you see them? I love dragonflies. I think they're beautiful. But this is really peaceful, and so between having all of the animals and feeding them and having the habitat for them, and then having this water source right beside us, we own about 3 acres of this pond. It's about 6 acres total past the trees, and we have a lot of wildlife because of this environment. And we have a lot of beavers and turtles and snakes here, and we do have some fish. But we also encounter things like bobcats and coyotes and fox and raccoon and possum. Almost anything you could think of. We've even had some weasels. So it's really interesting to see the things that show up just because of this habitat that we have. And this world is what has shaped me to be who I am today. So it's pretty special, and I'm going to miss things about this place, like being able to walk down to the water's edge, hearing the specific birds that are here, seeing the little rabbit that hops across this driveway every day. And one thing that I'm going to miss the most are the big oak trees on this property, because my new property does not have any big oak trees. I have some of the biggest pines you've ever seen in your life that are comparable in size to these oaks, but I do not have these beautiful trees. is my backyard. This will be where we're putting the horses in the beginning. Beyond the fence behind it and to the right will eventually be the horse pasture. It's just not fenced in and there's not grass on it yet. And this is one of the biggest pine trees you have ever seen in your life. It would take about 3 people wrapping their arms around it to reach around this tree. And this leads into the front yard. So this is my front yard. We had a little family of bunnies living here under this pile of brush for a while, which is why I wouldn't let anybody clean it up, but they've since moved on, so we'll be cleaning it up soon. And this is the cabin. Home sweet home. This is where I'll be moving to on Friday. And then I have a little side yard over here that will eventually be another flower garden. But this is it. It's about 10 acres. Well, it is 10 acres. And it is my new way to connect with nature. And one of my favorite things to do is sit on this front porch and just listen to the birds, or sit on the back deck and watch my chickens run around. There's something very therapeutic about it.